Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Once again, I'm actually in the files that I am busy working with for research in the start. And this is something which I just want to highlight to a lot of people. Your research is critically important for you as a player in this game. And a lot of people might be of the opinion that it's not that big of an issue to not have your research done. But I have a reason for saying that it is absolutely critical that you complete your research when you can. Now, here is the first reason behind my saying this. Number one, when you're completing research all the time, you're actually gaining slight edges and you're gaining these small little leeways to bigger and better fights at the end of the day. Now, a lot of people aren't going to see this straight up off the bat, but here's how it goes. With those small little tech files that you're researching, you improve your weapon output. You improve your ability to stay in a fight because you get a little bit more armor. Your evasion increases by 2%. Your warp speed increases by 5%. And that increases, those small increases that I'm talking about, have an effect to your gameplay. You can now arrive at an enemy 2% faster. So that means your total warp was 2% faster. Your evasion is 2% higher. You take a reduction of 2% worth of damage. And considering your fleets are generally made up of hundreds of thousands, 2% of reduction isn't a small figure. Considering that you could have a fleet worth over 1 million HP, I'm just being hypothetical about this. 2% to 2 million is 20,000. 20,000 total HP is saved. That's enough to save a ship. Definitely enough to save a ship. Your small ships, there's several of them put together to make up that damage. Your big ships, that's one or two of them put together to make up that damage class. But the whole idea behind this is by improving these small items, you end up with a larger end product. Now, that is the one thing that you want to do. You want to invest in this way, and then you want to bring up your weapons on the side. Now, improving your weapons is something which I haven't yet got a complete, a complete handle on. Because obviously, I'm not going to be the very best at everything that I say. It takes some time to learn how to play a game, and that's just the reality of it. Now, the generic blueprints allow you to have newer vessels added to your fleet. And some people are of the opinion you should only use one type of vessel till you reach it to level 30, and that is going to be good for you in the overall playing of the game. However, I'm of a different opinion on that side. I believe that you should rank up your highest power ships as fast as possible and then rank everything up on the lower side with them. The reason is by playing tactics and dividing the income by multiple vessels, you actually end up with more gains than a person would normally notice. Now, I know that I'm being very cryptic with how I'm saying this here, but trust me when I say this, I know what I am saying in terms of tactics, because tactics are one of the things that I always excel at trying to put into play. Now, when it comes to the game so far, I've learned tactics to overcome level 5. I've learned tactics to overcome other things in the game that have been a little bit annoying to me over my time playing it. And I can guarantee you, if you follow similar tactics to me, you're going to get one or two advantages, you're going to learn one or two lessons the hard way, but overall, your enjoyment of the game will go through the roof. So how do you ensure that you keep researching? Obviously, anybody who starts the game knows that within the first few days, the free research modules are what generally pulls away a lot of the time from you and makes it a lot easier for you to upgrade to higher levels much faster. So you're going to go into your Dawn funding scheme. Now, some people will be a little bit skeptic, other people will be less skeptic. The Dawn funding scheme, the partnership agreement, will give you rewards up to a certain level. This helps you keep your research moving. It allows you to keep inching forward slowly yet surely, and eventually it will make a difference for you in terms of combat. it doesn't mean that it has to be an effective change from the moment that it is initiated, right? I'm just getting that off my chest right in the start. Now, the next thing that you need to know is your dawn financial plan. I spent 600, and as you can see, my total income was 500. At the end of this, I'm believing I'm making 1,500 total, right? 600, it's a 250%. 200% would be 1215, yeah, 1,500. So I can spend a total of 500 of this total. What are these coins called? I can't remember the name, but nevertheless, the P coins. If I save up enough of these and I build up enough of finances, then in the next investment, I can get a 350% return. Now, the benefit to the 350% return is I'm only spending 1,000. I only have to save 1,000 at the end of it, and I can keep buying research files whenever I need them. Now, obviously, eventually you're going to have to spend a larger figure than what's coming into your total, and I'm just going to show you what I mean by that. Oh, sorry, accidentally exited. So yeah, you go into your store and you look at the research files. This is the first one, right? As you can see, United Tech file. Then the next one below it is Black Market Tech files. You can actually buy this one over here. It's pretty much $150 for your first purchase, and then it goes up in price. There's also these, which are for this other coin. I don't know how to earn them as yet. I'm not purchasing it because I don't earn much within this particular rank. And here is the next one, the generic BP files. This is done by the UE coins. And if you are doing your research and you are pulling up your ships level by level, moving at the right pace, breaking up everything in the right way, when you come to buying these files, you can actually buy 2 of these and the one at the bottom if your research is done correctly. Not research, sorry, if your station is built up correctly. And what this does for you is it allows you to keep research going at a steady rate without it really impacting your day-to-day in the game. Now, obviously, I know that I'm using big words, I'm drifting around the topic from many different angles, but it is necessary for me to do this at this point, unfortunately, because not everything is transparent with the way that I'm playing the game. The reason is obviously because I am trying out things, I'm listening to things after I've tried them out and seeing what other people say, and I'm judging off how it goes with myself. Obviously, this is also what I expect other people to do. If you are going for the approach of a single unit fighting all the time, you can try it out. You can see how well it works. You can work out for yourself whether it's a good investment, bad investment, whether it's worthwhile, not worthwhile. That's purely up to you and the way that you play the game. However, if you're going to try something like me and you want to see if there's a better way than what people have shown, you can always go looking for it. Find another method to your play instead of just going with the straight up method that you've seen someone else use. Alright, so let me get back into the building to show you what else I've discovered. Now obviously, not everything is action-packed and moving around. I'm actually in the middle of building my ship so that I can go back into a fight, and I'm just going to show you that line just for the sake of it. Now, because of advancement, I have a aircraft shipyard. As you can see, this is maxed out and it is on one of my destroyers. So that means that one of my destroyers is right now more efficient than it needs to be. So that is a good sign for me. It means I'm going to be able to move forward. I'm going to advance slightly better. I'm going to have some advantages playing for me in a few days time. Now, as you can see, the Tundra is being built and an AC-271. Now the AC-271 that's being rebuilt is the forward fighter, the generic multi-purpose vessel. And there is a simple reason. Let me just go to it. Generic type. The reason for it is the generic type can do more than one thing, and it's definitely going to be a asset to me in terms of combat. I can keep using it, and then I can build up the base, the backup aircraft fleet behind it, and I can now get double my output with the same ships being in play. So I have a fleet that isn't going to take much DPS. It may be using aircraft which are slightly cheaper, but it is an effective assault plan. So while it's attacking from the back, I'm attacking from the rear. While I'm tanking from the face with a fleet that's capable of attacking fair enough, the rear is being reinforced by heavier assault ships and it isn't taking damage. So the chances of me losing my big assault vessels is very low. However, the chances of me not succeeding in taking a level is quite a high possibility. I'm not going to deny it. But that is something that I am thinking about strategically. These games are all about your strategies, and some strategies aren't really the best. Like my strategy right now isn't the best. However, it is effective for the purpose that I have deemed it effective for. It is effective because it's allowing me to do more than one type of operation, and it is moving me forward at a good enough pace. Now, on this note, development is very important as well to get to these types of stages. If it wasn't for the fact that I opened that aircraft hangar, I wouldn't be able to deploy enough. And as you can see, I'm making 900 UE coins an hour. So 900 means that I'm not reaching just 20,000 a day. That means that those 2 BPs I'm buying, I can buy them every day and I will be saving a little extra. So if I am saving that extra, that means that extra can go to something else. So it's 24 times 9. That will leave me at sorry about this. Yesterday my math was a little bit bad. I ended up mixing up numbers, so I'm trying to get this here right. So 9 times 2 is 18. So it's 18,000. And on the same roll, the next thing which needs to be added to it is one moment, I'm getting confused again. Big mistakes there. But nonetheless, I'll get it right in my head in a few seconds. 18, 4 times 9 is 36. So let's work this out. 18,000 plus 3,600, 21,600. No. Yeah, 21,600. So that is my total EU coins per day. 1,600 will be saved up to the next vessel. And by doing this, I'm gaining a slight edge each time. And obviously, with gaining an edge, that means that you get to push forward one step at a time. And eventually, I'm going to have enough firepower or enough of a fleet to actually do something bigger. And that is something that I definitely am looking forward to doing eventually. If I can keep pushing forward and fighting bigger and better fleets, then it means that there is an advantage for me in the end of all of this. May not be the best advantage, may just be a small advantage, but nonetheless it is going to impact me down the line. Now, besides this here, you will see that my points in terms of speed ups has been spent. That's because I've been building up my fleet and trying to catch up with the rest of the members of my alliance. However, I think that I'm catching up to them a lot faster than they actually would have seen. I've kept myself developing slower, but they have bigger ships. Their ships are obviously going to rank up a lot faster, but unlike their fully ranked up ships, I'm going to be able to lose a lot less. So I'm going to have more money for development, I'm going to be able to play more battles in a day, and I'm going to reach that stage of totally self-sufficient with high-level ships with a far lower cost overall. And a lower cost means at the end of the day, I can jump into the next fray of combat. Now obviously I don't mean every single member of my alliance is like this. It's 1 or 2 guys who are showing their progression to level 5, level 6, level 7, and they just pushing through to get to the next level. They overwhelming the fleets, they using massive amounts of firepower, and they're just building up what's needed to go to the next level. While I am increasing my resource production, my ships are slightly more efficient, they're slightly more powerful, and if I keep this up, who knows, I might just have a whopper of a fleet to use in the next few days. So yeah, that's just about everything that I have planned for today. I know this video wasn't interesting enough and it isn't showing enough combat, But as soon as my fleet is totally out of the workshop, I can actually play some combat. So see you all in the next one, and have a good day.